Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my road to becoming a Slayer Master, episode 7. I've started doing my road to Slayer Master again after selling the loot tab. I thought it'd be perfect time to do some more Slayer. I'm also going to do a week-long Slayer series at the start of April as I get 2 weeks off of work, and during that time I want to make some nice videos for you guys to enjoy. So what better one to do than a Slayer week? It will pretty much be these videos but just shortened versions, and then a big long episode at the end with all of the loot that I got from the week. So watch out for all that. Either way, in this episode we're back to making some money with Slayer, and what I'm going to do is prefer as many tasks as I can in order to make the most amount of money possible from Slayer, alongside obviously getting the experience. Edimmu are absolutely amazing and they're pretty much the new Aureus, and I'm going to go into more detail about that in this video. Edimmu are my new favourite task and they're so amazing. As for my starting Slayer XP on episode 7, it was level 113 and 55.71 million experience. Celestial dragons straight away, I'll take them. Before I went to kill the celestial dragons and ready for rune dragons, I made myself some more Dragonbane arrows. Dragonbane ammunition is just so good when doing Slayer. Whenever you get a dragon task, it just melts through them and it makes them such an easy task. Celestials and rune dragons and things like that are such good tasks anyway. These Dragonbane ammunition just make them so much better. Definitely make them whenever you can, as they're free ammunition anyway, so you might as well use them to their full potential. Oh, nice. That's a good way to start off this Slayer assignment. A visage. The only thing with celestial dragons, they're so easy and so AFK, I always end up starting to do some editing or some Photoshop or something like that, look back at my screen, and I've been teleported away by my legendary pet. Always renew your anti-fire, guys. Don't AFK too hard. I got an elite clue. It's a shame how easy elites are from the elves, because like when you see a loot beam and it's an elite clue, you're kind of disappointed. So I ended up getting a task of Acheron Mammoths. I've heard there's such good experience in Slayer, I just had to give them a go. They're not too difficult, to be honest. All you gotta do is take along a Vampirism Aura or a Scrimshaw or something like that alongside your Protect from Melee, and you're pretty much sorted if you just kite them around and don't get hit by their ice balls they chuck around or their charge. They can be a little bit stressful, so I take a pack yak with extra food just in case, because when you're doing a task you can accidentally AoE another mammoth, and if you're attacking two at the same time they can get a bit stressful. The only thing I may end up doing next time is buying some Drygores instead of my noxious Scythe here. Because of the Scythe's extra range, sometimes it detects you as being out of melee distance even though you can still hit them. The thing with the Mammoths is if you're out of melee distance they take down your prayer. So they'll take down your prayer with your Scythe when you first start attacking them, because you attack them from your melee distance, which isn't actually melee distance. With Drygores you'd run right up to them before hitting them and your prayer wouldn't be taken down. So I definitely advise Drygores here, and in the future I'm going to buy some Drygores to do these with. The Slayer XP was insane. Definitely do this task. The Slayer XP is too good to miss out on. I may even end up preferring them, but because I'm going just for GP, I have not preferred these right now. Now it's time to talk about the task of all tasks. Edimmus are so crazy good. All you got to do is stick down a cannon where I just placed it. Once your cannon down, it will aggro a lot of Edimmu. You need to make sure you have a Vampirism Scrimshaw and Protect from Mage on. Once you have this, stand near the portal. Every so often, go through the portal so that Edimmu clump up together. Once the Edimmu have clumped up together, it's easy AoE for you to just cleave them all down with Hurricane, Quake, Meteor Strike and all of the like. Making sure that you're using your Meteor Strike, your Quake and your Hurricane as much as possible leads for some insane amounts of experience AoEing them down very quickly. Not to mention, Edimmu are very good money as well, so bring along your Spring Cleaner and any magic notepaper or a familiar to put your stuff in. The bank's only just above the resource dungeon, so if you really do have to bank, you can quickly run there and come back. The only other thing I would recommend is the same as when you were doing Aureus pretty much. Enhanced Devoted Free is a godsend here. The devotion on your reflect magic is just absolutely crazy. It procs so often and it makes it so you take no damage, and then that vampirism scrimshaw keeps you so high on life, it's unreal. Very easy task. You can get through a task of 200 to 250 Edimmu in literally like 25 to 30 minutes. Being able to kill like 500 Edimmu in an hour is pretty insane to me. The amount of XP that these Edimmus give doing it this way is definitely worth paying the little bit of extra money for the cannonballs. I think celestial dragons really like me. I do get quite a lot of visages from them. Ah, another visage, okay. More Edimmu. Yes, thank you, game. Again, using my cannon and the method I spoke about before at Edimmu's got me to 114 Slayer. Ascension creatures aren't that bad of a task. The raw Aureus are really easy and quick to kill. All you got to do is keep kiting around this little pillar, and as you kite around the pillar they all follow you and clump up. Once they've clumped up, corruption shot and bombardment make easy work of the raw Aureus. They're not actually too bad money as well, as they could drop keystones and things like that, but they're just such an easy quick task for some free Slayer points instead of having to skip. Oh wow, I've got an Ascension key. How much is it? 225k, that's not too bad. I ended up getting a Ganodermic Beast task. These are actually really good. It's such a shame that Morfran assigned you such a little amount of these. If he assigned more, they'd be one of the best tasks in my opinion, as they give so much money. An easy way to get to them is using a Dungeoneering cape. If you have 99 Dungeoneering, you can teleport straight to the resource dungeon at the Polypore. Enter that resource dungeon, climb down the 2 vines right next to it. Once you're at the bottom, you can just mage them all down when you get there. They're so easy to kill, they die in seconds with a Noxious Staff. And they drop consistent loot, especially if you can start getting some palm tree seeds and the like. One task of Ganodermic Beast giving me 1.4 mil isn't that bad, to be honest. Took like 15 minutes, I'll take it. I got an Eretz task. Melee just doesn't really work with Eretz anymore on Mazcab with so many rangers spawning, so I thought I'd mage them. They're still pretty decent experience, but they're nowhere near what they once were. Maging them in Curadel's dungeon is pretty effective though, and they're not really worth skipping. Just kill them really nice and quick in Curadel's dungeon with mage, and you still make a fair amount of money with their bones and their rune drops. Next up I got an Addy Dragon task. Addy Dragons are pretty easy. You just stand in the middle of 3 to 4 of them and cleave them down. They don't really do much damage if you have a super anti-fire, as you can just use Soul Split and that will heal you enough for the melee damage they do. A Scythe makes quick and easy work of these, so they're worth doing, and they drop Adamant Dragon Bones, which can be actually quite a lot of money. Yay! Got another one! Wow, I actually got 2 in this task. Yeah! Oh, that was a good task. Then it was time for a task for Dart Beasts. The Dart Beast experience is actually one of the best Slayer tasks still. They're just so easy to kill when they melt in seconds and give so much experience. They didn't really give me anything special except for a Triskelion key piece, which is always nice to see. I got a Kriara task. She didn't drop any Armadillo pieces at all, which is kind of disappointing, but I randomly got spammed with Gratzes and I had no idea what was going on. And then I realised I actually hit 1.5 billion total experience. That's always a really cool achievement to see. 1.5 billion total experience. Only 500 mil more to go for the 2 bill mark, and that's one of my long-term goals, so it'll be awesome when I'm able to achieve that. I got a Shadow Creatures task. I'm not going to skip these because I really want that penny pet. You need to get a pet piece from each type of Shadow Creature, and once you have all 3 pieces you can combine them into the penny pet. These pieces are really rare, but the pet looks so awesome. It's pretty much just one of the Shadow Creatures that follows you around, but I think the Shadow Creatures look so great. So every time I get a Shadow Creature task, I'm going to complete it to try and get that pet. Killing them like this and AoEing them down and getting loads to attack you with Corruption Blast leads for an easy, quick task anyway. After another Edimmu task, I didn't get anything special drop wise, but I did get my Torva to level 12, so I siphoned both of the pieces of my Torva, which gave me 148 invention. This is 185 million experience, so only 15 mil more to go, and then I have it 200 mil and it'll be my first 200 mil stat. What loot beam did I get? Oh, I got a Keystone. Give me that Keystone. How much is it? 127k. Second Keystone, I'll take it. Another 200k this time. Super anti-fires are great and all, but picking this goddamn Phoenix is so annoying in the desert. It's times like this I wish I had that master camouflage outfit so I can AFK pickpocket it, but no, I have to click it and it moves around and it's so annoying. I've literally got a draconic visage every task. I'll take it, I don't mind. Greater demons, yeah, I can favourite greater demons. Oh, I got an effigy on my first krill kill. Yay. I got a few pieces of War Priest drop as well. They're always really nice to see as there's a free Zamorak component every time you get one. I think I got 3 or so from this task alone, so can't complain with some free Zamorak components. Oh, I got a Zamorakian spear. I got another effigy. That's the second one, I'll take it. Hey, I got a nice drop. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I'll take a second one. What the hell? I got boots. That's 3 subjugation drops in the last 10 kills. 7 mil in 10 kills. What the hell? You know, getting 10 mil from krill in an hour instance is pretty good, you know. Rune dragons. Yay! Now I can prefer them. Rune dragons are amazing. They're really good GP an hour, even if you don't get a drop. They're around 4 mil GP an hour. Maybe even pushing 5 if you can kill them fast enough. Then if you get a drop, the drops are like 25 mil each. So these are my favourite preferred tasks right now, alongside Edimmu, just money wise. Can't wait till I get my first drop from the Rune Dragons in order to get that 25 mil. That's going to be a good day. I didn't get any drops during the Rune Dragons, but I did get 106 range, so at least that's something. And the last task that I did, and I actually preferred as well, was Mizpah. I'm going to prefer nightmare creatures when I get them, but Morfran doesn't want to give me them right now, so I'm just sticking with Mizpahs until I get nightmares. Mizpahs are really nice and chill. Magic cuts through them really easy if you're using ancient magics, as it does double damage to them. All in all, a really nice task to do, and it gives you quite a lot of money just in the normal drops, so that's always nice as well. I just bring my spring cleaner and my magic note paper for all of the drops, and it worked out fine. I may bring a pack deck next time if I want to bank the spines, as they were kind of annoying being on the ground, but they're not really worth much money, so I don't really see the point. So as for the Ending Slayer XP, I was 60.26 mil and level 114. So we got a level in this video and nearly 5 million experience, which is always nice. As for the task I didn't show them all, as some were kind of pointless to show, but I did that Adamant Dragon task, which is nice and easy, the Shadow Creatures, I done a Myth Drag task that was over in seconds, I done the 2 Rorari tasks, I done 2 Mammoth tasks. Definitely going to do Mammoths whenever I can, because that XP is insane. I done a Dark Beast task and that was okay. Eretz are so bad compared to what they were now, but they're still kind of worth doing, as they're an okay task. They're just not great like they once was. Ganodermic Beasts are great for money and decent XP, so I'm going to do those every time I can. Priara and Krill, definitely going to do the bosses whenever I can. The only boss I don't really like doing is Dagannoth Kings at the moment, so I'm going to focus on the God Wars Dungeon 1 bosses before going on to Dagannoths. I done an Elves task, just some consistent money there. I currently have 5 tasks preferred. I have Rune Dragons, Celestial Dragons, Edimmu, Greater Demons and Mizpah. I'm going to add Nightmare Creatures to this list when I finally get them assigned, but this is probably going to be the list I'm sticking to for a while until I get the Krill pet, and I'll probably switch out Krill and do Kriara, as I want one boss in there. Once I've done the Kriara pet, I'll probably switch it with Dagannoth Kings and do it that way. All in all, a really successful Slayer video, and I'm just going to quickly show you the loot tab from this video and how much money I actually made. So I have to do 2 price checks for this. These are just the random, more expensive common drops that the tasks were giving me, and then the next one will be the rare drops I received. As you can see, these are all just random stuff. So the Runite ore is the biggest thing that I got from my spring cleaner. Then looking at the Zami Widens from Krill was quite a lot of money. And then all of the different rune drops over time as well, especially the rune kite shields that you get a lot of at Rune Dragons and Edimmus and such. Even the bones were quite a lot of money. All in all, these items give quite a considerable amount of money. and this was 44.6 mil in just random items. And then for the actual specific rare drops, I've made another 30 mil. I've made 12.2 mil just from those 2 blood shards, alongside 2.5 mil from the ghostly essence, also from Edimmu's, and then a little bit more from all of the crystal items from Edimmu's as well. I got 3 draconic visages, which was 3.7 mil, 1 pair of dragon plate legs, 1 dragon plate skirt. I got a Zamarakian spear, 2 garbs of subjugation and boots of subjugation from Krill. That adds up to being a lot of money there as well. And then obviously I got the 3 keystones. So all in all, a really successful around 80 mil, including the couple of things I did not price check. So 80 mil just from these tasks is really nice to see. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new for future content like this, and guides and other progression things, all in this channel. Give it a like if you enjoyed. Join the friends chat Maikeru in game if you fancy chatting with me. Goblin Slayers with a Z is my clan. It's open to everyone and anyone, so if you fancy joining my clan, feel free to give me a message. Discord link will be in the description if you want to talk on voice communications, and the Twitter link will be in the description as well. So if you want to keep up to date with some tweets that I've been doing, and when a video goes live, etc., feel free to follow me on Twitter. And until next time, see ya!